What's going on, y'all? So we have the closed beta activation keys that are finally freaking going out after all this freaking time. Finally got these freaking keys, but we're gonna get you set up here, get you knowing what to expect, let you know when it starts, kind of prepare you mentally for what's ahead, and make sure that you're just all in all good to go. But at any rate, we have all the details for you here, so let's dive right in. But first, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out tremendously. Thank you very much. All right, y'all. So we got the closed beta activation keys that are going out now. They are officially going out, rolling out to an email near you. Or, well, probably not to an email near you. And we'll discuss that here in a second. But, yeah. But they're hypothetically rolling out to an email near you. So that's happening now, hopefully, for you. But yeah, at any rate, you'll see this here on the website. They do have this updated on the main website for Blue Protocol Star Residents. We're the closed beta here, and they have the test activation code and all that stuff. But you'll also see over here on the official X page where they did mention this as well. So they say the CBT guide, as the codes are rolling out, don't forget to check CBT rules before embarking on your adventure, which this will take you over to this page right here. So on this page, they have all the information that you'll need in order to prepare yourself. If you do get a code, it will give you all the information that you need to prepare yourself to activate the code, to register. So there's a few different ways to do that here. You'll see Google, Apple account, and APJ, which is A Plus Japan. So these are all options that you can use to sign up here and then to use your code, your activation code, and then that will enter you into the closed beta. Okay, so that's what's going to occur here on this page and all the information it's telling you. So it gives you a step-by-step process here. Step 1, put this in the box. Step 2, if you know, you know. Step 1, they have step 2, and it keeps going down here. So it gets you all set up here. And then down here at the very bottom, they go over the CBT refund rules. Remember, this is a closed paid beta test, a paid closed beta test. That's what they called it. That's not what I'm saying. That's what they called it. A paid closed beta test. Okay. So they have this information here for you in regards to how the CBT refund rules work, which we're not going to go over because we already went over this before. All this will be in the description, by the way. So if you do get an email for this, then you can come here and make sure that you're set up and good to go. But all the information about the CBT refund here is also listed on this website. Now, about the email. Should you be expecting an email, y'all? Simply put, I'm going to be perfectly real with y'all. Simply put, I would say no. You should not expect an email. Now, will you get one? Quite possibly. However, don't expect to get one. Now, they're going to be sending these emails out the 19th and the 20th. And then they're apparently, they have some other opportunities throughout the week to get them in the Discord through events. But I'm not too sure how that's really going to work. And I'll be quite frank with y'all. I'm sure that a lot of people manipulate the system. Quite frankly, I know they have a process that will, that's supposed to siphon and, go through some of the fake ones or whatever. But realistically speaking, how long the application period was open and how simple it kind of was, I fully imagine a lot of people probably manipulated the system, made dozens of accounts, made new Discords, new emails, all the above to register multiple times, which obviously is going to flood the system and lower our chances of getting those. Like me, I for one have not gotten a code yet, but I'm here helping y'all to make sure that y'all are good to go in case y'all do get a code. If I don't get a code, it is what it is. And quite frankly, I don't really expect to get a code because I'm not someone who manipulates the system, which means I entered once. I entered one time. I'm sure the average person probably found a way to enter at least 10 times. So I don't really expect to get in here. Nonetheless, I will always provide y'all with all the information that you need for this game because I have a long history in this game. I know the IP very well, and I'm still your number one source to get information for this game, regardless of what your region is. But I fully don't expect to get a key. Now, maybe I will, but I'm not over here like thinking that I will. I don't expect to get a key. I realistically speaking, do not expect to get a key. I mean, global is what? North America, Latin America, and EU, right? That's a very large amount of people. And now I could have also, not have made a video whenever the closed beta went active, and that would have helped my situation, right? I'm very well aware of what I did there. By making a video, making y'all aware, I decreased my chances of getting into the closed beta, right? However, I made the video anyway because I want y'all to be aware. Like I said, I don't care. It is what it is. If I don't get in, I don't get in. If I do, I do. It will benefit y'all if I do get in, because I'll really be able to relay information to y'all, and I'll be able to provide hype for the game and, really lay down on a real level of how things are going to operate within the game beforehand. But either way, you're going to get that whenever the game comes out in global, and you pretty much already got it as the game has been released and China regardless anyway. So either way, like I said, this is still your number one source for any Blue Protocol Star Residence information, regardless of your region, whatever. This is still the number one source. But realistically speaking, like I said, you shouldn't expect to get an email. Now, hopefully you do, and I hope that you do. Regardless of if I get one or not, I hope that you get one. Especially if you're like really excited, you're waiting for it, like you really, really want. I really want it too, but I'm a very patient person, and I'm a very realistic person. Sometimes life just does not work out for you. Period. That's the story of my life. Life just doesn't work out for you. So, so nothing news to me. Nothing news to me. So in that regard, getting the code doesn't really, it is what it is. Like I said, I hope so, but it is what it is. So, but I hope that y'all get the code, of course. I do. I hope that y'all get the code. That's why I'm making sure y'all are aware, prepared for everything here. Now, in regards, by the way, to when this is going to actually go into effect. So as you can see here, we have this posted, and also down here below, this is when the CBT will start. So on the 22nd at 5 a.m. PDT, 8 a.m. EDT, and 2 p.m. CEST. Now, I did read elsewhere that also that the pre-download should occur starting on the 20th. So you should be able to pre-download it beforehand. But the CBT won't start until the 22nd at these times listed. So that's how that one's going to work. So whenever you get your email for this, remember to check your spam. There's a kit going to your spam. It's a very straightforward email. It just says, congratulations, you've been selected. You have an activation code, and then you'll go to where this site takes you to activate this over here, which is on the main page, on the main website over here, and you'll activate this over here. So you'll just kind of go there, activate the code. You'll say you have a sign up over here. It shows there's a sign up somewhere. It goes over all this stuff, so you'll be perfectly fine if you get your email, okay? But nonetheless, like I said, this is a quick and short one. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure y'all were aware of everything going on here. That the activation codes are coming out, and maybe you'll get one. If you register, then maybe you'll get one. But keep your expectations low on getting one, because, like I said, I'm sure the system was flooded a lot by a lot of people manipulating it. And quite frankly, I'll be completely honest, y'all. From what I can tell of BPSR so far, it doesn't really appear as if it's managed very well on the community side right now. From what I can tell. And that's why I really don't think that there's really a hefty siphoning process for the applications. Like, it would be one thing if they made it where, maybe like it would require you to have your Discord linked, and your Discord needed to be, active at least a week prior to when they announce the CBT sign up, right? Like, that would make a lot of sense, but I doubt that they even did that, honestly. So I'm not sure what their method is, but from what I can tell so far, what I've seen so far, it's very confusing, and it does not seem very well put together. Their community side, their community management side on global for this game. So I don't think that things are really running overly smoothly in that regard. I don't necessarily like that. It looks bad for the game. But I'm just being completely honest. Just being real with y'all. Like, for instance, I think one of the big things also is like, you have this account here, the Star Residence account, and then you have like the Star Residence database, which shares information, and there's like, it's very confusing because like the database has like this content creator program, but it's not mentioned anywhere else It's not mentioned on the, on the main, the official. It's not mentioned on the website. It's not mentioned anywhere else. Yet, like, so like you don't even really understand the correlation between those two accounts. It's very confusing, needlessly so. It feels very unprofessional. So I can tell, as someone who knows this type of stuff, who knows how these things run, I can tell that things are not very well put together on that end. So that's why I also am not like I'm like, okay, well, I don't expect to get a code because I don't expect that it was very well done in how they're managing those codes being sent out and preventing, the same people from potentially getting them, and or these people, maybe try to sell these key codes, these activation codes, or whatever. So I don't think it's being very well done in that regard. But at any rate, y'all, this is still your number one stop for all things Blue Protocol. So regardless if I get into the closed beta or not, I'm still going to deliver this information to you. We're still going to keep you up to date, whether it's global, whether it's C, wherever, Japan, wherever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is still your number one spot. Remember, I have been keeping up with this game since 2019. I played JP for its entire duration, a year and 7 months. I'm very familiar with this IP. And I'm always going to be real with y'all in regards to this IP. There's never going to be any of this like sugarcoating stuff where it's like, oh, this is, and there's never going to be doomer stuff. I'm not a doomer. I'm not a sugarcoater. I'm going to deliver y'all actual inputs. That's what I will always do. That's how it's going to work. Okay. So this is always going to be your number one spot for Blue Protocol stuff. I'm very much, looking forward to the game. Whether I get to close beta or not, y'all are going to get information leading up to it, leading up to releases, all the above. Once the game comes out, of course, officially, we'll be in there. We'll be given intel and information. Of course, we are given information with the Chinese release already being here. So, of course, we're still going to continue to do that. But at any rate, comment down below. Let me know if you got in. I'll let y'all know. I'll update y'all if I got in. I'll, post it on the messages or something like that. I'll let y'all know. As of right now, I have not. But let me know in the comments if you got in, if you're excited. All the above, I hope that y'all get in. I really do. Hope that y'all get into the closed beta test. But at any rate, be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. And I will see you in the next one. Much love and good luck.
Spikes content.